Big news in the world of electric vehicles and ride-sharing. Rebecca Tanusi, who used to be a big shot at Tesla's Supercharger program, is now moving to Uber. She's taking on a new role as Uber's global head of sustainability, starting September 16th. This move is all about helping Uber shift towards electric vehicles, EVs, in a big way. Tanusi shared her thoughts on LinkedIn, saying she was looking for a way to make a real difference. That's when Andrew McDonald from Uber reached out to her. She'll be reporting directly to him in her new job. It's like a match made in heaven for someone who wants to change the world of transportation. Now, folks, if you're enjoying this video so far, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out and you'll stay up to date on all the latest EV and tech news. Let's talk about Tanusi's background for a bit. She was a key player at Tesla, working on their supercharger network. This is the backbone that keeps Teslas on the road, giving them juice when they need it. But in April, Tesla let her go along with a bunch of other folks. It was a tough time for the company, and they had to make some hard choices. Interestingly, Tesla did bring back some people they'd let go, like Max de Zegher, who's now running North American charging. But Tanusi wasn't one of the lucky ones to get a call back. Sometimes, one door closes and another opens, right? Tanusi's not just any regular Joe, though. Time magazine put her on their 100 climate list last year. Why? Because she was pushing hard to get more people to use Tesla's North American Charging Standard, NACS. This is a big deal in the EV world. It's all about making it easier for everyone to charge their cars, no matter what brand they drive. During her time at Tesla, Tanusi was busy as a bee. She oversaw the rollout of new V4 supercharging stations, which are like the Ferrari of charging stations, fast and sleek. She also played a part in a huge $100 million deal with BP, you might know them as British Petroleum. And if that wasn't enough, she helped set up the Destination Charging Program. This program puts chargers in places like hotels and restaurants, so you can top up your EV while you're out and about. Now, let's talk about what this means for Uber. They're not just a taxi service anymore. They're trying to be a leader in the future of transportation. By bringing Tanusi on board, they're showing they're serious about going green. It's like they're saying, hey, we're not just talking the talk, we're walking the walk. Uber's been making moves towards EVs for a while now. They've set some pretty ambitious goals to have all their rides be electric in major cities by 2030. That's not too far away. Having someone like Tanusi on the team could really help them get there. She knows the ins and outs of charging networks, which is going to be crucial for Uber drivers who need to keep their cars charged and ready to go. But it's not just about Uber. This move could have big ripple effects across the whole ride-sharing industry. If Uber can make the switch to EVs work, you can bet other companies will follow suit. It's like when one kid on the playground gets a cool new toy, suddenly everyone wants one. The timing of this move is pretty interesting too. The world is getting more and more serious about fighting climate change. Countries are setting deadlines to phase out gas-powered cars. Cities are putting in more bike lanes and trying to cut down on traffic. In this context, Uber's push towards EVs isn't just good business, it's practically necessary to stay relevant. Tanusi mentioned in her LinkedIn post that Uber is at the crossroads of some really exciting tech, EVs, self-driving cars, and robots. It's like science fiction is becoming real life. These technologies could completely change how we get around in the coming years. Imagine calling an Uber and a self-driving electric car shows up. No driver, no emissions, just you and the open road. Of course, there are challenges ahead. Building out charging infrastructure isn't easy or cheap. There are still a lot of people who are nervous about switching to EVs. Range anxiety, the fear of running out of juice, is still a real thing for many drivers. But having someone like Tanusi on board, who's been in the trenches of the EV world, could really help Uber navigate these challenges. It's also worth thinking about what this means for Tesla. They've been the top dog in the EV world for a long time, but now other companies are catching up. Losing talent like Tanusi to a company like Uber shows that the competition for EV expertise is heating up. It's like the Wild West out there, with companies duking it out to be the leader in clean transportation. In the end, this move by Uber to bring on Tanusi is a clear signal that they're betting big on EVs. It's not just about being green, it's about staying competitive in a rapidly changing industry. As consumers, we might not see the effects right away, but in the coming years, don't be surprised if more and more of your Uber rides are in electric vehicles. So, what do you think? Is this a smart move by Uber? Will it help speed up the transition to EVs? Or are there still too many roadblocks in the way? Let us know in the comments below. And remember, the future of transportation is being shaped right now by moves like this one. It's an exciting time to be alive, folks. Who knows what kind of amazing tech we'll be using to get around in just a few years? Stay tuned, because the ride is just getting started.